Hey guys, Tom here with Tabletop Republic, back with the analysis series of my Orc run for Season 38 on Champs Ladder. Up next we've got Game 11, we're against Gandalf 78's Orc team. So let's see how this one went down. Tail of the tape. Our opponent's got a Strength 5 Blitzer, it's nice. We've got a dump off block thrower there. Tackle Mighty Blow Blitzer. Couple of block on his Black Orcs and a guard piece. This is probably one of them games where going tackle first on all my blitzers is not going to help us out. But we are uphill, so we've got the wizard and we've got a bribe. My favourite combo. So let's see how this one progressed. Rain, obviously inconvenient for anyone who doesn't have sure hands, really. So I'm not really sure what my setup was aiming to do here. I think we're just minimising the conflict on the front. With his strength and guard there, really there's only so much we can do. I think this, perhaps we could have tried to manufacture the block for the troll on the strength 4 guy. That's what I'm doing now. Okay, so good. This actually isn't too bad in terms of where we were, but you know, there we are. That's the problem. That can happen. Get a power there, then that all looks great. But we are going to be left with the problem of having a couple of goblins that look a bit separated from the rest of the team. Look at this, absolutely driving a wedge between these two halves of the team. And really, my setup absolutely let this happen. So, I mean, look at that now. Them players there are pretty much irretrievable. Pretty much irretrievable. That's what you don't need when you've had a rough first turn. But let's just punch this guy out. Yeah. He should have been going back there. I don't understand. I think going for a foul here. See, look at that. Just putting my ball carrier next to tackle piece that if that foul fails, then he could have tied these guys up. He's got a guarder. I've got my guarder there, but we could have a 1 dice blitz on this goblin quite easily. If he tags both sides, then he can get a 2 dice. So I think what we're seeing in this game is I think poor decision making on the setup and dealing with his line of scrimmage. Again, if the troll powers his strength 5 guy on that first turn, it all looks a bit better, but there was certainly better ways to mitigate. You know, it was just a case of me thinking, I've got the first turn, I need to force all these frontline blocks. When really I could have been smart about it. You know, foregone the frontline blocks and just made save the ball really, and played a couple of turns sussing my opponent out. As it happens, all I've done is absolutely caved the position. Absolutely caved it. You know, you saw very directly my opponent just carved that channel in between two halves of my team. So now I really need to make something happen now. And you know, we had control of the ball, we lost it. What's this about? Well, we've got the bribe, so yeah. But I haven't even looked over this side yet before throwing that foul. Yeah, these three players are just an afterthought now. I'm basically here hoping that my opponent sort of only gives a half-hearted effort to stop me driving up this right-hand side. There's no reason for us to think that's going to be the case at all. Troll now isolated, so activating him is going to be a problem. Get around with this blitz, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got 2 go for it, so just to activate the troll. That's what you totally don't need. That is what you don't need at all. Go for a surf, but if I fail at that blitzer dodge there, then that surf is irrelevant. Okay, I think this is going down as a bad day at the office because I've got that. I might dodge out with one blitzer that I definitely needed to secure this place here, and all I'm going to get now is I'm just going to get surfed by this strength 3 guy. So. Refuses the dodge out. I suppose that's fair in the circumstances. He probably is quite confident about his position at this point. And what we're seeing here as well, this is actually, you know, a good example of where, although when things go wrong in Blood Bowl, the top players, they don't give up on the game. You know, they keep going for it, keep trying to improve their position, and you know, here for example, I was left with a hole to make a cage, you know, on the complete opposite side of the pitch. That's a gift, that is. But you can let a poor start spiral away from you. So have some thought about your setup. Don't just Don't just think you've got to set up the blocks, you've got to do this and that. You know, pay heed to the situation and pay heed to ball safety. This looks like a topsy-turvy game though here, what we're seeing. Because you know, my first, it took to turn 5 to get something resembling a positive scenario. The whole game up to this point has just been really dodgy. Really dodgy. We could have easily been surfed. Ball carrier off the pitch, and that's the drive over. But we've still got work cut out here to get a touchdown, that's for sure. I'm unsure as to where this is going, because there does not appear to be a great deal of help around for that goblin now. You know, he's one block away from getting this blitzer round on the ball carrier, so that's... I can only imagine that I was just thinking this game was a lost cause already, and this is a bit... This looks like throwing in the towel a bit to me, but I was running out of time by all means, but... Let's just have a quick look. Let's just have a scan back to before I make this move. In fact, the troll was around here somewhere, wasn't he? So there we go. Let's just watch his turn play out again and see where we could have gone. Okay. I want this banner to go away, but we're going to miss the troll moving. Okay, we can still see where the troll was in this. You know, his animation's already gone, but let's just have a quick look over here. So we've got our blitzer here free. We've got our black orc, who at the very least can make one go for it to tag this guy here. So that's him being useful. We could dodge this blitzer out, tag the strength 5 guy. Obviously that wouldn't be our first roll, but that is something we can opt to do later. This guy here with no tackle. So I mean, in the circumstances, this black orc should be absolutely mowing through this thrower here. We can certainly get a relatively confident sideline cage. The troll, I would probably prefer to just be covering the tackle guy. Yeah. So in the scenario that we're in, the turns are winding down. I think we should be looking to get some sort of sideline cage here. 1, 2. Let's just be generous and say we get a power because we're in Dreamland. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can have a nice little sideline cage there. These guys these two could even just stand here because they're doing a job. Troll stands on the tackle piece. One go for it, and we've got this Black Orc sorted as well. So there we go. That's a lot better than what we end up with, which was just a little bit of mental weakness, really. Because this isn't even... you had to stand the guy up to develop this blitz on the ball carrier. And that was it. Good night, Vienna. And he's got all the time in the world to turn us over here as well, so... you know. Does not look to be in a rush to do that, though. I think there was certainly value in that. His problem is, of course, he's got no rerolls for dodges, so... maybe it's just a case of making sure of the situation. Black Orc smash, that's nice. But we just don't have the movement now. Yep, no, we've got a scoring threat, but whether he survives or not. Yeah. No dodge there. So if the dice go our way, we've got to go for it for a score. It's a pretty heavy orc on orc contest as well. KO and a casualty on his side, and a KO and a casualty on my side as well. There we go. And the dream dies. That blitzer fails his dodge, and we're in business, aren't we? But we certainly can't complain about that, because it was not deserved. No one in range for his last turn, so we're not getting turned over. We have a wizard still in the bank. So let's see if we can head into the second half and turn this around. Both KOs have stayed out. What does that do to our numbers? 10 against 11? No, 10 against 10. And on we go. So, as we've seen a couple of times in this series, slow teams like Orcs, Nurgle, so forth, we have defended quite confidently against. Let's see if the same applies here with the wizard. We can make it very tricky for him if we hit that right. So yeah, that sure hands in the rain, it's so important. Albeit he rolled a 1 for his first pickup attempt. I'm not sure about these blitzers being so far committed that way. I don't know what this is about here. This is just a big foul. Just a big foul here, I think. Yeah. That was a lot to commit to that for a lineman. I think that's okay though. With the bribe, that's okay. Just kick whatever the first thing is to go down. Get that numbers advantage if you can. So obviously the consequence of throwing these blitzes over here is that I've made this direction look like a no-brainer. So let's see if I can undo that. That's cool. If the trolley does his job this time, then we get a strength 5 guy hit, and we're putting on some pressure towards the back of this situation, hoping to funnel the play in the direction that we want it to go. But we do need stuff to go down really here. No blitz used here. And all we get is pushes on the blocks, so I won't go back to look at that turn again, but I'm sure there was somewhere we could have thrown a blitz. It's rare that you have no blitz whatsoever, especially when you've got strength 4 pieces kicking around. Oh, our opponent is returning the favour with the pushes. For a moment, at least. Okay. So, lightning bolt failure, 150k worth of inducements down the drain in one dice roll. Now I looked at that as the lightning bolt, the turn to make the lightning bolt strike. I remember specifically deliberating between these two, whether to just go for the ball carrier or go for the strength 5 dude who was tagging this blitzer. All in all, it's probably a 6 of 1/2 dozen, but if I'd been able to zap this guy, then I could have dodged a goblin through, hopefully, and done a blitz with the blitzer. Two go for it. Even this guy could have made the hit. We're getting a little bit carried away now, though. But I think I made the lightning bolt there because that backfield was just completely empty, and that was my chance, I felt, to take this guy down, and if I could get someone with the ball into this space, then he probably wasn't going to catch me. Looking at it again, I think I would prefer the lightning bolt on the strength 5 dude. I mean, that's hindsight by all means, but lightning bolt on him. This goblin can even come round to tag here. Maybe give me the 2 dice. I know he's Garda, it'd be only 1 dice, so. But I think there's probably more to say for zapping this guy. That makes even more sense. Block the Garda, block that Black Hawk, and there would have been a route through there. So we're still making a fist of it here anyway. You know. With the lightning bolt fail still. Managed to get the blitz off. But would have been a lot nicer to just waltz through, pick up the ball off the guy I just lightning bolted and run away into open space. That would have been a lot nicer. And look at that spill. Just look at that spill. And well, a catch in the rain for a line orc. But we can still make him roll for it. And, you know, ultimately sometimes, if that's the best you can do is make your opponent roll a dice to score the touchdown, then do that. Because we all know dice can fail. If you've been playing Blood Bowl for any amount of time, you know that full well. So we've got a tackle on his dodge lineman. And we just hope here that we can make him nail some dice. Yeah. Bunch of dice and a dodge with the other player just so he could blitz out. That could have gone wrong. But not today. So, that is us conceding a somewhat unfortunate touchdown, I'd say. You know, never fun when the wizard fails, but what can you do? Looking back at it, I don't like the choice of target on it anyway. So if we're gonna pick a hole in something of this half, that would be it. As badly as we played in the first half, I thought we did okay here. And I believe, if I remember correctly, that was just a big old misclick. Because I thought that was one of my black Orcs, and it was not. So that's just compounding this game, really, into misery and nothingness. Let's see if we even get halfway close to a score. No, look at this. Just being crunched now into the abyss. So, there we have it. This one spiraled simply into a 1-0 defeat. I really know more or less than we deserved. Looking back on it, the first half just wasn't good enough. It was really poor. I think this game was a winnable game. And you can't go and blame everything on that one dice roll, that wizard failure. Because, you know, the wizard is such a great equaliser. Anyway, there we have it, folks. That's Game 11 wrapped up with a defeat this time, sadly, but better to come in future. There are more victories for the Badlands Union, I know that much. And probably 1 or 2 licks on the way as well, so we will analyse them both just as equally. So take care for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching the series, and see you soon. Bye-bye.